Hello, and welcome to another Rangru cast, me Rangru, and today we're doing a 1v1 on High 2 Fuel. So, on the left hand side in blue, playing as Redfall, we got Faust, or otherwise known as number 2 on the leaderboard. And on the right hand side in red, playing as Redfall, we got Firestarter. So, once again, we speed things up to maximum and get things going. Now, Faust is playing a Czech Yugoslavian coalition, and Firestarter is just going for on Yugoslav. And this is the first time we are going to be covering the Yugos or New DLC nations within a cast. Rather looking forward to it. I mean, we both got two Yugo players here, and Yugoslavia is it's ridiculously powerful in its current state at launch. Like this reconnaissance tank here, for example, there. If I can just slow this down so I can actually get the stats of it. It's just 100 points, 19 AP, medium stealth. It's quite ridiculous. Because you can do quite a lot of tank sniping without getting spotted with that son of a gun. So both sides doing rather standard play. We got a Gamma 2 and a Hera 2 taking point of Hera 2 being a Gazelle Recon, while the Gamma does have Iglos, so he does have the Iglos off. I'm guessing he's gonna micro-am to find the perfect target to shoot. And Faust here doesn't really have much, just an MI-17. And the one problem with Yugoslavia, the main one, is that you don't have any good helicopters. Like, all the helicopters are pretty damn trash. I mean, the Hera 2 is a decent recon helicopter, but... I mean, it has FFARs, which are useful, but it's still 4 HP. Oh, good optics. Nothing crazy. And the Gamma's shooting its second Igla, which only has 2 AA missiles, but that's all you need to shoot down a transport helicopter, so I guess that's good enough. And Firestarter, that's him maneuvering a lot of his forces into Gulf. Quite a lot of infantry guys and the stealth tank. As well as, I believe he's the M36 Jacksons. Firestarter moving stuff into Delta. Faust already got the Concourse M in position, sending some infantry. On the top hand side, got the Moderna, the AN, more tanks in the middle, yeah, and infantry. And we got the elite Yugoslavian guys here with that crazy Eric's ATGM. They're kind of like the new FSK. Kind of. And that Concourse is taking shot after shot, trying to hit his APCs as they move into a position. And that Firestarter has a lot of infantry. He's a regular and some special shock infantry from the Yugo lineup. And he does have, just the standard MT60s. Because you got the PB model, which is pretty damn ridiculous for 10 points. It does have a recoilless rifle and 2 machine guns for pretty much just a standard APC. And do have engagements in the middle with the infantry, but Firestarter is outnumbering quite a bit, so he is taking hits from that PB APC as I was talking about earlier. And as you can see, it did a lot of damage to that regular infantry squad. But Firestarter does have enough units to overwhelm. Faust does have the tank advantage, that's for sure. Even as he drops in the smoke, I'm guessing to cover the Moderna so he doesn't get hit from the Erics, but it's a little bit far range for to actually hit. A little bit of reconnaissance stuff and echo, nothing too crazy. And up top, both sides capping their retrospective point, as Delta is the main contestant, or the main contested zone for this match, which makes a lot of sense. It is the middle zone that's easily available. And we've got a Super Gleb flying around with some rather powerful TV guided missiles. A rather funny looking plane. it's just an infantry fight back and forth. We got some drugs firing at ATGMs. Faust is making a movement into the top and middle sector with some proselytes. He's not exactly going too rare. We've got AN in here as well, some other infantry guys. They only have laws, so they can't even do much damage to the AN. And as you can see, they get hit up quite badly. Got Snedka taking the scenic route along the top and side. Just going for a nice little stroll. I mean, damn, it's going to take him like another 5-10 minutes, I'm guessing, to just get to the hotel. Does he even have enough fuel? Yeah, I think he has enough fuel to get here. But yeah, it is a bit of a hike. But it's better than getting shot at. That's the type of job I'd run. Firestarter now doing a bit of a little counter-offensive with his infantry, moving up AN. Kills the T-55, easy peasy like. And we got the Gamma 2 firing its Matluka ATGMs. Down in bottom. Yeah, rather standard play or mix up for Delta. As we've got left hand side controlling the middle and line forest, while right hand side has confined himself into the triangular forest. Rather standard, I have to say. We've got CV being brought up into go, because, yeah, it's only been a 5-point difference. Now Firestarter is going to gain in a very needed plus run, because any point advantage would do at the moment. Now we've got Oro 2 going in for a strafing run, and backs out. We've got quite a lot of smoke artillery from Firestarter. I think he's trying to block the Moderna's line of sight. Or, no, he's trying to block his forest line of sight so no ATGMs can hit his M90 run Ritz. Another good tank. That's been a pretty good tank added in the Ego's Fab DLC. Just take a look at the stats real fast. 22 AP, 22 frontal armor, 170 points, good accuracy. It's some pretty solid stuff. And Faust is actually using that smoke cover to get his infantry close to attack into the triangular forest. As we've got some Pupa, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, making their way into the forest. They're against the elite infantry, not exactly in the best position. And the AM and the M84 backing off after taking some hits. And Firestarter's just sending his supply truck down the road. Actually not getting converted by the special Trinotkeys, actually going for another nice little drive. Damn. I wonder how far it's going to make. Because he's probably going to get to the enemy home point. Unless it gets intercepted by MI-17, oh no. And good night, Street Prince. You made it so far, but I guess that wasn't meant to be. Here he did cause an MI-17 to raise 2 rockets. Sure, I guess he didn't die completely in vain. And Faust making some headway into the triangular forest. Lots of protolettes or proletariaries. I'm not good for pronunciation, so I apologise. It's a really good infantry choice. 15-point sock infantry. The standard don't have any good weapons, but the 90 version, for 25 points, have a pretty damn good rocket launcher. And in terms of the stats of their machine guns and assault rifle, they're pretty much are identical to Malchuchen's sets. So I'm expecting to see these guys an awful lot, because they're Malchuchen 2.0, especially because you can get them in these 10-point PB transport, which replaces the BMP1, which got nerfed as it's now 15 points for the Marchuchin. So really, it's a pretty damn good infantry unit. Now we do have a command vehicle making it rain to Charlie, as Firestarter gets some very good progress into here, completely capping the point with only one guy kind of in a bad location, and a reconnaissance dude just, you know, reconning stuff at the bottom hand side. So this is definitely going in Firestarter's favour up top, but down below he doesn't have Delta, he does not have Echo, and Faust is pushing him back. It's rather interesting, like, front lines for this map, because usually this kind of stays neutral, this kind of stays neutral, goes back and forth a little bit, as this is not a hugely important point, and this usually also just goes back and forth, but instead we got one player holding the top completely and one player holding the bottom completely. The Firestarter is starting to change it up a bit, moving up with his infantry, getting those PBs, and as you can see, it's just... People thought like the Israeli 5-point Zelda transport was OP. That thing is... I don't want to say it's completely overpowered, but it's such a good fire support vehicle. Just due to its price, and it has the ability to stun up infantry effectively because it has 2 machine guns and recoilless rifles. And we got smoke being fired, trying to cut off line of sight, as it seems Firestarter's trying to get some infantry to flank into the tip, but that's not going to work as some Special Forces Yugoslav guys unloading. We've also got Special Forces Yugoslav guys here, but they're out in the open. They're going to get shot up. And mortars are going to be fired. Firestarter managing to get a foothold back into the middle. You know, he doesn't have a command vehicle on it, which is really the important factor. If he can get CV on there, he can increase his point lead by quite a bit. You know, River's only a 40 point lead. 40? I can't do math. But with that point lead, what I'm trying to say is that he definitely wants to improve that by quite a bit. Because that's still rather close. All you need to do is capture a sector for 3 minutes, I want to say, to catch up to at 69, but Firestarter does have the CV in Delta, and it's a tank CV, which definitely helps out. As he brings more reinforcements into a point. And if either of these, if Faust was playing Rasta right now, it is a beautiful Bertino spot. This is all I can think of. This place is coming onto Hellfire from a spicy burrito. So things pretty much settled down, nothing too crazy going on. Both sides get reinforcements. No real crazy pushes. Firestarter's still in the lead, so he can just sit back and relax, enjoy the show. Got some recon infantry flanking around, doing some snipey business, forcing the Ghost CV to move, as there isn't anything to cover except for 2 Pragas, which are actually pretty nice little 15-point fire support units. And just looking, the Firestarter doesn't really have any AA whatsoever. Yeah, I'm not seeing a single AA piece down here or up top. This is definitely some... Where we got? No, that's a helicopter. Still trying to learn all these new unit names. Because, well, Yugoslavia, or Croatian, Serbian, is a rather weird language. But without any AA, this is perfect time for Faust to really take advantage of that and start bombing into bids. Though he probably doesn't know yet. Firestarter doesn't have a single AA piece, but even just an MI-17 flying around can give some good fire support. Your Faust did try to make a push, but it didn't work. We got mortars barraging up. There we go. Super Gleb getting hit, but as he gets shot down, is there an AA piece? Did I miss something? Oh, we got the Sava, which is just kind of like a short-range helicopter version. Another Sava here. So the Savas must have shot it down. End up reconnaissance infantry getting shot up to bits. Very good containment there. And there we go, now we got an M91 up top, and it is just doing some short work on the infantry unit. Go, it is a bit unsupported. It does have the recon tank behind it, but he's probably on some infantry because, oh, he could have got a side shot, yeah, but even if only at rocket launch to the M57, yeah, only 14 AP, would not be an insta-kill. Yeah, definitely would not be an insta-kill. Damn, 9-side armor. And it gets killed by the Gleb. Congore's M taking some shots on an APC, but or truck, and it fails to hit it. That's 3 missiles I've counted so far. Jesus Christ. Fourth run, you know, hits a mark, I guess. Gonna lose the sight in the M84. Plane gets shot down. Even got some Greyhound from Firestarter. As he does manage to recontain Charlie. Mainly thanks to knocking out that M91. And then no real crazy movements. Both sides just staying their ground. I'm going to speed this up a little bit more. As this is going rather slow. We got a pram firing some more smoke. Both sides using the smoke a lot and very effectively. So I do have to give them props for that. And here we go. Push here from Faust. We got the Moderna. We got the PBs. And I really cannot just speak highly enough of these goddamn PBs. Just, I love them. They're so much fun to use. And a BMP-1 recon tank too. And there we go, moving up with the infantry. Taking some machine gun fire. As the infantry charging. We've got a bombing run. Oh no. Getting some very good hits. Killing a lot of those guys. Oh, see, these guys are still alive. The PBs do move forward. And god damn it, I say it every time we do this, but this game is beautiful. God, and those are some rather weird helmets. It's like a lot of camouflage. The PBs getting shot up as they move in. Infantry shooting, well, infantry stuff. And if you take a... Yeah, our shot isn't going too well. The Proletes making a bit of progress, so they are making their way through Napalm, which isn't exactly the best thing to move through. The Moderna took some hits, though it's still combat effective. You see, it's autocannon just making short work of the regular infantry squad. We've got mortars trying to block up Moderna's field of view. Oh yes, there's a second Moderna up top, and unfortunately there's no crazy rocket launchers in here. 14 AP ain't gonna do much, it's only 1 damage. So this Moderna definitely has some free reign over this forest. So he might be able to play this up. Yeah, Proletes are better than the regular guys here. And very good push from Faust. The tanks helping out an awful lot. We've got an MA91A here, taking an ATGM in the face, bombing run, doing its thing. Moderna shooting the M84 as it comes down, the Concourse hitting the M91, forcing it to retreat. Taking it out of action for now. And yeah, thanks to Faust, he is going to be making some very nice progress. But if we look at the points, Firestarter has a quite a big point lead. There's only 6 minutes left, so even though he's completely capturing Delta in terms of map control, that's good. In terms of point, that's bad because he already has the place completely captured. He really needs to make some progress into go for Foxtrot or Charlie. But it's going to be hard to stage an offensive within 5 minutes. That is his problem. And Firestarter is already doing a counterattack in the Delta with Proleta Ares. As the smoke is fired on his position. There we go, moving some infantry into the top end forest. But there's just not enough time on the clock for Faust to do anything major, unless he can kill the TVs in a short period of time, which is very unlikely. We've got bombing runs from Firestarter. A few final assaults from Faust into Gulf. And that would be a good game. Firestarter taking a victory. It doesn't get the kill advantage, but it's very close at only a 175 point difference. No team kills either, which is always very good. But yeah, Firestarter won that match because he controlled both top sectors instead of holding both bottom sectors. Because if you completely hold both of those top sectors, that is easier to completely defend because it's a longer reinforcement time to get to him in the middle sectors. And he held them easily, didn't have to spend too many resources on that, so he spent the rest of his resources contesting Delta. And just as long as he had it contested, not fully captured, he gained that very slow but sure +1 point advantage, allowing him to win the match. And he just picked the better spots to completely attack. And also could play the infantry and whatnot. And this is our first taste of things to come with this new DLC. Hopefully next time I can get a replay or cast of Finland, because these new nations are very fun. They got some pretty gimmicky units. But, well, we'll see what is for offer in the future. And I'm going to leave this off like that. This has been another Rango cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.